Good morning, everyone, and welcome at the Mikszáth Kálmán High School America Day program. At first, I'd like to ask our school principal, Miss Ágnes Horvátné Tajti, to open the program.
Tisztelt vendégeink, kollégáim, diákjaink! Nagy szeretettel köszöntöm iskolánkban az amerikai nagykövetség munkatársait, név szerint Luke Thompson, diplomatát, Zellei Anett, magyar munkatársat, Suba Zsófia, nonformális oktatási koordinátort, Kovács Dóra, oktatási koordinátort, és Szitás Janka, fotóst, valamint a megjelent tengerészgyalogos urakat is. Továbbá nagyon sok szeretettel köszöntöm Farkas Attila urat, városunk polgármesterét, a pásztói általános iskoláknak az intézményvezetőit és a kollégákat, a meghívott előadókat, a gyerekeket, és természetesen a diákjainkat is. Köszönjük, hogy jelenlétükkel megtisztelték intézményünket, és tevékenyen részt vállaltak annak érdekében, hogy a mai amerikai nap tartalmasan telhessen, és rendezvényünk során diákjaink sok élménnyel és új ismerettel gazdagodjanak. Sok készülés, izgalom előzte meg a mai napot. Az angol munkaközösség már a pályázat előkészítése során igyekezett olyan témákat keresni, melyek várhatóan nagy érdeklődésre tartanak számot fiataljaink körébe. Iskolánk mindhárom tagozatán valamely idegen nyelv alapos elsajátítását tűztük ki célul. Ehhez azonban szorosan kapcsolódik az adott célnyelvet használó országok kultúrájának, történelmének, szokásainak, természeti környezetének, vagyis a civilizációjának megismerése is. Ebben vannak segítségünkre az adott területről érkező polgárok, akik előadásaikkal testközelbe hozzák a távolabbi országokat. Ezt célozza a mai nap is, mivel az Egyesült Államok meglátogatása sokuknak nem evidencia. Igyekeztünk számotokra elhozni néhány képviselőjét, akik valamely szempontból nagyobb betekintést tesznek lehetővé az országra. Az emberek többsége a tömegkommunikáció, a filmek, olvasmányélmények alapján kialakít egy képet Amerikáról. Ezt szeretnénk ma egy kicsit árnyalni, összevetni a valósággal. Lehetőségetek volt érdeklődési körötöknek megfelelően kiválasztani egy programot, mely szélesíti látókörötöket. Ma módotok nyílik bepillantani az amerikai továbbtanulási és munkavállalási lehetőségekbe, találkozhattok valódi tengerészgyalogosokkal, és Magyarország és az Egyesült Államok mindketten NATO tagok, egymás szövetségesei vagyunk. Biztonsági politikai téren nagyon sok mindenben működünk együtt, ezért fontos, hogy első kézből kaphassatok információt erről is. Őket lehet erről kérdezni. Részt vehettek egy szimulációs játékban, mely segít többet megtudni a diplomáciáról, tárgyalástechnikáról, környezetvédelemről. Ha nem a diplomácia területén dolgoztok majd, akkor is hasznos lehet egy ilyen tapasztalat, hiszen ezek a krízisek, szituációk mindannyiunkat érintő kérdésekről szólnak, így mindenki életére hatással vannak, mindenkinek hasznos lehet, ha jobban megértjük, hogyan születnek az egyes döntések. Megtapasztalhatjátok, milyen nehéz egy adott álláspontot képviselni úgy, hogy közben mások érdekeire, követeléseire is tekintettel kell lennetek. Részt vehettek olyan emberek előadásain, akik rövidebb, hosszabb időn át Amerikában éltek, személyes tapasztalataikról számolnak be nektek. Lehetőségetek lesz bemutatkozni valamilyen amerikai kapcsolódású produkcióval a tehetségkutató versenyen, és összevethetitek a Hollywood kvízen, mennyire ismeritek a távoli múlt és az elmúlt évek amerikai sikerfilmjeit. Akinek pedig a gasztronómia az erőssége, az kóstolhatja az Egyesült Államok jól ismert, autentikus desszertjeit, falatait, és számot adhat egy vetélkedő keretében ez irányú ismereteiről. Tehát igen mozgalmas nap elé nézünk. Mindenekelőtt szeretném kifejezni hálánkat az amerikai nagykövetségnek, hiszen az általuk meghirdetett pályázat apropójából született ez a mai programkavalkád, és képviselőik biztosan számtalan érdekességgel szolgálnak számotokra. Nagyon sokszínű a programpaletta, melynek összeállításáért nagyon nagy köszönet illeti angol tanáraitokat, élén a munkaközösség vezetővel, és a legnagyobb sikert az jelenti majd számukra, ha tevékenyen, hasznosan töltitek ezt a mai napot. Nem utolsó sorban nagy-nagy köszönet illeti támogatóinkat, akik anyagi segítsége lehetővé teszi a különböző vetélkedők jutalmazását. Hasznos időtöltést kívánok mindannyiótoknak erre a mai napra.
Dear guests, teachers, students, I am delighted to welcome the members of the US Embassy, Luke Thompson, diplomat, Environmental Science, Technology and Health Hub, Annette Zellei, Environmental Science, Technology and Health Hub, Zsófia Suba, Non-Formal Education Coordinator, Public Affairs Office, Dora Kovács, Education Coordinator, Public Affairs Office, Janka Szitás, Photos, Public Affairs Office. I'm also greeting the US Marines, Attila Farkas, the Mayor of Pasto, the headmasters and colleagues of Zsigmond Király Primary School of Pasto, and the invited presenters. Thank you for your kind presence in our school and your contribution to the success of our America Day. The past couple of weeks were the time of a lot of preparation. During the application phase, the English department tried to choose topics which are popular among students. The 3 departments of our school are aimed at acquiring a foreign language for which it is important to learn about the culture, history, traditions, geography, that is, the civilization of those countries. Today's guests and presenters provide information of this sort. Their first-hand experience brings us closer to these countries, and the aim of this day is the same. And as most of us had no opportunity to visit the United States, people from the US have visited us to help exploring the country. Most people have an idea or image about the US based on mass media, movies, or books, but we'd like to extend it and compare it to reality. Students, you were allowed to choose from a variety of programs according to your interests. Today you can take a look at American higher education and career orientation. You can meet face-to-face US Marines. Hungary and the United States are both members of the NATO. The 2 countries are allies, have a connected security policy, which makes it important for students to receive direct information in this matter. You can also take part in a diplomacy simulation, which helps learning about diplomacy, debate culture, and environmental protection. This knowledge can be beneficial not just for those who would like to work in the area of diplomacy, but for everyone, as it has a huge impact on our everyday lives. You can experience how hard it is to take a position while considering others' interests and demands. You can listen to presentations of people who have lived in the US for a shorter or a longer period of time and talk about their personal experience. You can also present your art skills connected to the USA at the Mixed Art Talent Show, or you can try your knowledge of American blockbuster movies of the past decades at the Hollywood Quiz session. If you are interested in gastronomy, you can taste traditional American food and also take part in a Taste of the USA quiz. As you can see, it is going to be a very active day. I would like to express our gratitude towards the US Embassy. Without them, we wouldn't have had this wonderful program today. The programs are very diverse, thanks to the English colleagues of our school, and the greatest success for them is that if you spend your time actively and effectively today. Last but not least, I would like to thank our supporters and sponsors. We could not have awarded the winners of today's events without their financial support. I wish all of you a good time for today.
After that, the mayor of Pasto, Mr. Attila Farkas, is greeting our guests from the American Embassy.
Nagy tisztelettel köszöntöm én is a Luke Thompson úr által vezetett amerikai diplomáciai küldöttséget, természetesen az összes pedagógust és az összes diákot is. Őszinte örömmel töltött el, amikor valamikor tavasz végén vagy nyár elején megtudtam, hogy a Mikszáth Kálmán Gimnázium sikeresen pályázott, és elnyerte azt a lehetőséget, hogy most a mai napon egy amerikai nap kerül megrendezésre az iskolába. És különösen nagyon fontosnak tartom azt, hogy a különböző országok és kultúrák között mikroszinten is létrejöjjenek kapcsolatok. Ezt azért tartom nagyon fontosnak, mert így jobban meg tudjuk ismerni egymás gondolkodás módját, és ez azért is fontos, mert az Amerikai Egyesült Államok és Magyarország között 2,5 százados történelmi kapcsolatok is vannak. És hát érdekességként szeretném elmondani, főleg így, hogy látom, hogy a küldöttségben amerikai tengerészgyalogosok is vannak, hogy volt egy pásztori születésű úriember, akit úgy hívtak, hogy Rubin Tibor, akit 2015-ben Pásztóváros önkormányzatának képviselőtestülete Pásztóváros díszpolgári címével tüntette ki, és ugyanezt az urat, Rubin Tibor urat 2005-ben ifjabb George Bush kitüntette a legmagasabb amerikai katonai kitüntetéssel, a Medal of Honorral, a koreai háborúban nyújtott teljesítményéért. Egy kicsit szeretnék vissza, nem tudom megtagadni önmagamat, mivel eredetileg történelemtanár vagyok, azért nagyon-nagyon gyorsan átszaladnék az amerikai-magyar közös történelem néhány pontján. A 18. században volt egy Kovács Mihály nevezetű úr, aki kikerült az akkor éppen megalakuló Amerikai Egyesült Államokba, és ez a Kovács Mihály úr arról híres, hogy ő alapította meg az amerikai hadseregben a lovasságot, és a függetlenségi háború során halt hősi halált. Illetve sok mindenkit fel tudnék sorolni, de mivel én magam is szeretem a jó borokat, azt mindenképpen szeretném elmondani, hogy 1849-ben egy Haraszti Ágoston nevezetű úr volt, aki Kaliforniában 300 szőlőfajtát telepített, és tulajdonképpen ő az amerikai bortermelés atyjára tekintenek rá a mai napig. Az első nagyobb kivándorlási hullám Magyarországról az USA-ba 1849-ben a szabadságharcunk leverése után indult meg, és közel 700 000 magyar ember vándorolt ki, akik közül az egyik leghíresebb Asbóth Sándor volt, aki az amerikai polgárháborúban az Unió hadseregében tábornoki rendfokozatot ért el, majd később az Amerikai Egyesült Államok urugvái és argentinai nagykövete is lett. A második nagyobb kivándorlási hullám az a 20. század elején történt, rengeteg magyar ment ki, közel 1 millióan mentek ki a történelmi Magyarország területéről, és hát nagyon többségük azonnal bekapcsolódott az amerikai vérkeringésbe. Csak 2 dolgot emelnék ki, amiben nagyon nagyot alkottak, egyik a filmművészet, Hollywoodban tulajdonképpen a magyarok teremtették meg a filmművészetet, csak 2 nevet említenék, Adolf Cukor és Kertész Mihály, és hát az atomkutatásról se feleljünk el, mert akik megalkották az atombombát, a jelentős részük magyar volt, a leghíresebb közülük Teller Ede és Szilárd Leó. A harmadik nagyobb kivándorlási hullámra a II. Világháború és az 56-os forradalomunk leverése után került sor, közel 100 000 ember vándorolt ki Magyarországra, és itt szeretném megköszönni a magyarok nevében azt is, hogy az Amerikai Egyesült Államok kormánya és az amerikai nép mindig segítettek az Amerikába kivándorló magyaroknak a gyors társadalmi beilleszkedésbe, és segítettek nekik abban, hogy egy jó életet megteremtsenek maguknak az új hazában is. Még szeretném megköszönni azt is az Amerikai Egyesült Államoknak, hogy segített Magyarországnak, illetve a közép-kelet-európai népeknek abban, hogy 1989-90-ben Magyarországon és a többi országban békésen ment végbe a rendszerváltozás. Én még egyszer köszönöm az amerikai küldöttségnek, hogy egyik választásuk Pásztó volt, és kívánok a mai napra tartalmas, eredményes napot, a diákoknak is jó szórakozást, és szerintem rengeteg kérdés. Ha én most fiú lennék, én rengeteg fiatal fiú lennék, rengeteg kérdést tudnék feltenni, de én most nem fogok kérdezni, azt a lehetőséget meghagyom másoknak. Köszönöm szépen, hogy itt lehetek.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear American guests, teachers and students, It was the beginning of summer when I was happily informed that Kálmán Mikszáth Secondary School got the opportunity to organize Amerika Day. I think it is very important for different countries and cultures to contact, therefore understanding one another may be much easier. Our countries have a joint history of 2.5 centuries, and I'm going to give a historical overview of it. An interesting fact I'd like to mention, as I know the military also represents itself in the delegation, is that in 2015, the local government of Pasto gave honorary citizenship to Tibor Rubin, who was also awarded the highest, the Medal of Honor, by President George W. Bush for his actions during the Korean War in 2005. Returning to the connected history of our countries, in the 18th century, the US cavalry was founded by a Hungarian, Mihály Kovács, who also fought in the American Revolutionary War. Ágoston Haraszti, another Hungarian, planted 300 varieties of European grapes in California, and since then he is often referred to as the father of California wine. In the 1850s, after defeating the revolutionary movement, the first wave of immigration from Hungary to the United States began, which meant about 700,000 people. The most famous of them was Sándor Asbóth, who became a brigadier general in the American Civil War, and later a US ambassador to Argentina and Uruguay. The second wave of immigration was at the beginning of the 20th century. About 1 million Hungarian citizens migrated to the USA. Most of them became useful members of their new country. I'd like to mention 2 areas where success was prominent: film industry, Adolf Cukor and Michael Curtis, and nuclear research, Leo Szilárd and Edward Teller. By the third wave, 100,000 Hungarians arrived in the US after World War II and the suppression of the revolution of 1956. On behalf of the citizens of Pasto and Hungary, I would like to thank people of the United States for their continuous support towards Hungarians throughout history, not only by helping refugees, but also by contributing to the establishment of a peaceful revolution in 1989 and 90. Thank you for your kind presence, and I wish you an eventful, happy day.
Buddha, and some America. Following the light of the sun, we love the old world. Since then, we have consumed most of our food and water supplies. The health condition of the seamen aboard is worrisome due to malnutrition, dehydration, and exhaustion. Scurvy, food poisoning, and diarrhea also contribute to problems. What is more, numerous infectious diseases have occurred on board, some of them fatal. The rest of the crew revolted. They wanted to turn back and go home. I am on the verge of losing my hope of finding a short route to India. I am afraid if we do not catch sight of land within the next 24 hours, I will lose control over the crew and we will never set foot on the land of India. Only God can save us. What was that?
Land, Captain. Sir, we are Columbus. Land.
Come again?
Sir, land. That is part of the landmark. It was only the here to first over that.
How far is it?
It's right here, sir.
Then what are they looking for? Who will sail ahead?
What is that?
Light is over there. No, you think they are. So this thing here. Fabulous story. Strange. Selfish capacity. Whatever. We came in peace. On behalf of Her Majesty, King Isabel of Castile, I hereby occupy this house. You guys are from France. I think it's just all right.
I'm afraid they don't understand words, sir.
Non-verbal communication might help. You are Indians. What is light at stake?
It's just the name like this.
You see, since we are in India, you are all Indians. Where are your young guys? You want to take? We need some curry, turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger. You buy this now.
Light is looking for some kind of power. So it is becoming. Sir, they don't have passion.
Okay, what about silver and gold?
They want some precious metal.
No problem. We have plenty of silver and gold. They're absolutely worthless to us. What do they have to change for them?
Sir, they want water. And to get some of those jackets. What we do is
We broke weapons, alcohol, smallpox, and measles. Here, take this one. For one, this water is higher. I feel fun. It's awesome. We also have some tires and stuff. Not bad.
Sir, why not take some meat back home?
Good idea. Alright, my crew and I will stay here for a while to unwind after a long and exhausting voyage. Have some fun in the company of your women. Then we will continue our voyage on the coastline toward Japan and explore a little bit further. We might have to take some of you with us as slaves. Shouldn't we have an engineer from us and India?
No, basically, the last one to know what I have done.
Thankful when men deceived. No ghosts or goblins and trick or treats, no candy or flowers for your sweets, no gifts to buy or presents to give, just be thankful for the life that you live.
Come to America, he said. Everything will be alright, he said. Promise us now, learning opportunities, the new world.
What's the problem?
Nothing.
I see. Thank you.
Come on, I came to America on the main travel. Master thinks that it's not
Thanksgiving, friends. Thanksgiving is a time for reviewing what we treasure, the people we hold dear who give us so much pleasure. Without you as my friend, life would be a bore. Having you in my life is what I'm thankful for.
As I was riding down the road with a two-horse wagon and a four-horse load, I cracked my whip and the lead horse from you said goodbye to the wagon tongue. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw, what do you say? Funniest thing I ever saw, here's a little tune called Turkey in the Straw. Instead of a cow, a monkey sitting on a pile of straw, winking his eyes at his mother-in-law. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw, what do you say? Funniest thing I ever saw, here's a little tune called Turkey in the Straw.
Now, let's listen to a classic Frank Sinatra song performed by our music teacher, Mr. Csaba Makuch.
Take all of me. Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose it. Take my arms, I'll never use it. Your goodbye left me without a cry. How can I get along without you? You took the part, so it was my heart. Why don't take all of me?
And now I'd like to ask Mr. Luke Thompson to deliver his presentation.
Hey. Thank you. Just one moment. Yoragel, Kibonak, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the extremely warm welcome. I'm very excited to be here today. My name is Luke Thompson. I'm a Foreign Service Officer at the U.S. Embassy here in Hungary. And I have to say honestly that the welcome we've had this morning and the presentations are almost overwhelming. It's clear that so much work went into this day, and I just very much appreciate all your hospitality and what you put into it. I'm very excited for today. So what I'd like to do today is just talk a little bit about what it's like to be a diplomat and what a U.S. embassy and all embassies really do. Specifically what I do, I work on environmental policy. Talk a little bit about my career and how I came to be a diplomat and the job that I have, and then talk a little bit about, how you might get involved, how you might interact more with the United States, and how we can have that conversation. So just to start, as a little bit of introduction, this is the United States. I think you're all very familiar. There's 50 states in the United States. I am from New York State. So it's that state up there in the Northeast. I think that many people are familiar with New York. You think New York, you probably think New York City, the big city, Times Square, and everything that comes along with that. And actually, where I am from is a small town, several hours outside of New York City. It's called Binghamton. It's just maybe a few thousand people. We have a lot of dairy production, and like in Hungary, we produce some pretty good wines as well. But you can see that around here at Pasto, they're very similar. I think that the hills and the environment are very similar. I feel very close to home here. So the United States is a very, broad and diverse country, lots of cities and places that you'd be familiar with, but in between there are many communities and families and working in different industries, whether it's farming, etc. All of those people are represented abroad in U.S. embassies. So this is a picture of the U.S. Embassy in Hungary, where Annette and the rest of us are working on a daily basis. Next slide, please. So what do we do in an embassy? What is an embassy? Well, we represent the United States government here in Hungary, and we're trying to advance US objectives, so what the United States would like to achieve, whether that's commercial, political, and building friendships and relationships. We also are there to assist US citizens, so if someone is in trouble or needs assistance and they're US citizens in Hungary, we're there to provide those services for them. We are the US government providing those services. And in addition, we also welcome visitors. So we'll provide visas and visa services for, say, Hungarians who would like to come and visit in the United States, whether it's for business or tourism, etc. So just to give you a sense of what a diplomat would do in a day, it's a lot of meetings. We're there. They like to say that diplomacy is a contact sport. The reason that we're here in country is so that we can get out and we can meet with our counterparts, whether that's meeting with government officials, it's meeting with all of you, it's meeting with citizens, it's meeting with industry, so that we can build those relationships. We many times will deliver official messages called the marches, and so we'll take those to the Hungarian government, and that's a way for us to communicate officially between countries. So that's something we do quite frequently. And there's a lot of writing that's involved, because what we're doing when we're meeting with everyone is we're learning about Hungary, we're learning about your needs and how we can interact, and making sure that we report that back so that the US government in Washington, D.C. and our other colleagues can advance together our shared objectives. So, but what's it like personally? There's a lot of that work. What's it like to be a US diplomat? What's it like to be a diplomat probably from any country? There's a lot of opportunities and challenges. I think that when someone considers what a diplomat's life is like, it seems maybe glamorous. You're living in different places in the world. But that's not always the case. Many times the work can be a bit lonely. You go where you are told to go in the world, and then you are there in the United States. They have our foreign service officers go for three years. So it's a long time to be away from sometimes family, friends, and your home. But also it's a very rewarding career for me, in service to my country and to all of our citizens, and trying to help make the world a better place. So I think on the measure, it's a positive one, but it does have its challenges as well. So US-Hungary relations, very briefly, this is sort of typically the issues that we are dealing with right now with Hungary. It's the top of mind for the United States, and I think for Hungary as well. So security cooperation. We have our Marine detachment here. We are all allies under NATO, and it's a very important and one of the top priorities for the United States. And so that we continue to have a very strong cooperation, and you'll hear more about that from our Marines today. Trade and economics. We have a lot of relationships and industry and exchange between Hungary and the United States. So that's something we're always trying to promote, looking for opportunities both to invest in Hungary and Hungarian businesses to come to the United States as well. And also governance and rule of law. For the United States, it's very important that we have a rule of law and transparency and in governance, and so it's something that we work with all of our partners, including Hungary. So these are some very sort of general and high-level typical issues that a diplomat would deal with. But I'm going to talk a little bit about what I personally work on. It's something a little bit different, and I think maybe sometimes a little more interesting, but I might be biased because it is my job. But I am the Regional Environment, Science, and Technology and Health Officer, so ESTH. While I sit here in Hungary, I actually work on 21 countries across the region on all of these issues. And what I try to do is to bring those issues of environment, science, technology, and health and use them as a tool to cooperate both within and among those countries. So these issues that cross boundaries, trans-boundary issues. In the environment, things like climate change, global pandemics, they don't understand and they don't follow political boundaries. And so we really need to cooperate to be able to solve some of the greatest challenges that we have today. So in Washington, D.C., my previous job just before coming to Hungary was in this office. It's the Bureau of Oceans and International Environmental and Scientific Affairs. That's a lot of words for an office, but we cover a lot of issues. This is the mission: to provide American leadership, diplomacy, and scientific cooperation to conserve and protect the global environment, ocean, health, and space for the prosperity, peace, and security of this and future generations. So this is a very sort of lofty and ambitious goal, covering a lot of issue areas, but I'm very proud to represent this mission and working every day to try to achieve it. And this goes at the heart of President Biden's agenda as well. He's very concerned with climate change. He's very concerned with biodiversity loss in the world and addressing those challenges. And so that's what we are doing on a daily basis. Just to give you a sense of the range of issues that we work on in ESTH, climate change in our office, back in Washington, D.C., our negotiators that were just last week, and continuing this week in Egypt, negotiating to protect and turn back climate change. Transboundary water cooperation, where rivers cross boundaries, it's a perfect opportunity for countries to cooperate on those shared water resources. Combating conservation crimes. So conservation crimes are wildlife trafficking, timber trafficking, illegal mining. These are very lucrative transnational criminal activities, and it's something that I spent quite a big deal of my time working on. Waste management and pollution. So whether that's in waterways or landfills, making sure that, or air quality, and making sure that we have a clean environment. Science and technology cooperation is a big piece, and it's something that we're working on here, cooperating with Hungary, and that's in research and development, in developing technical innovations that we can share to make our world a better place. International health and pandemics. I think we're all very aware of COVID-19. We're always working with our partners to try to be prepared and better prepared for that next epidemic or that pandemic. Fisheries management, managing the global oceans and all the fisheries therein, and all of the food security that comes along with that. Biodiversity, and also space. So I think it's so many issues in this office. It's from satellites in outer space to the bottom of the ocean, of all these issues that we are working on behalf of the US government, and that I have the pleasure of working here in Hungary representing these issues. So just one example, the Tisza River, which Pashto is part of this river catchment basin, so you're probably very familiar with it. It crosses 5 countries, and that doing so, the upstream and the downstream countries need to cooperate in order to share those water resources. There's heavy pollution in sections of this river, and it requires that these countries cooperate to solve this issue. And the United States, next slide please, has worked with other countries and with entities here in Hungary to cooperate through programs like the Tidy Up and Zero Waste Tisza projects to try to clean up the river and to better cooperate, because when trash and waste comes from another country, it will flow into Hungary, as I think you're quite aware, and downwards as well throughout the water systems. So this is just one example, and it's an ongoing example that the United States Embassy here in Hungary is working on. But these are just the points of reference to show that it's not just working on water resources, but also establishing the relationships and the mechanisms to cooperate and to continue to exercise the muscle of cooperation and solving problems together. So this is just one way that we can do this. So I'd like to talk just a little bit. You might be wondering, how did I get this job? How am I here? How did I become a diplomat? And so I thought I'd trace the pathway just a little bit. So it started at your age, right in high school. I had a deep interest in history, environmental science and the sciences, and travel as well. Interested in it, I had not traveled when I was in high school outside of the United States. After high school, I was able to pursue some exchange and study programs and go to a few different countries to gain that experience while learning. So I hope that you'll take advantage of some of the expertise that we have today to learn about our exchange programs, have you come to the United States and have a similar experience. Going to university, I focused my studies on environmental science and international affairs, and I was very lucky to find that when graduating, there was a place that worked on both environment and international affairs at the U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C. So I've been at the U.S. Department of State for about 10 years, working on issues that I mentioned before. Climate change, international trafficking of timber was a big issue that I worked on frequently. Technology entrepreneurship with youth, creating businesses from those innovations, health, and my most recent job, I was a division chief for forests, so primarily working to conserve tropical rainforests in Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America. Many years of experience as an international negotiator at places like the United Nations and other international organizations, and also have designed large foreign assistance programs globally to help solve some of these issues. And these are just a few of the places that they have sent me prior to coming here. I was in Argentina at the embassy there. I was in Brussels at the U.S. mission, and now I'm very, very pleased to be here in Budapest, Hungary with you all. So how can you get involved? I think this is part of the opportunity of America Day. There are a variety of programs that we'll go over and that you'll get to explore a little more today. So Youth Council, we have school engagements like this and exchanges. So next slide, please. So the Embassy Youth Council, I would really encourage you to check this out and go to the handle. This is a program run through the embassy that allows an exchange on cultural programs as well as learning. So I would very much encourage you to check it out. We have a cohort of students that we will pick for a certain period of time, and they'll work with the support of the embassy to sort of develop some leadership skills in these areas. And so look for those opportunities. You could join them as well. School programs like this. So one of the highlights for us is America Days like this, conducting outreach and going to schools and getting to meet all of you. We don't always get the opportunity to get outside of Budapest and outside of our offices, and so this is a wonderful interaction for us, and I hope for you as well. Exchange programs that I mentioned before, there's many government programs, but I would also say there are also programs through universities and institutions of higher learning that would offer opportunities for scholarships, for travel, and for studying. So I would encourage you to please look at them, stay in contact with the embassy, and we can help you explore some of those options. The American Corners are offices that are located throughout Hungary. The one that's closest here to Vasto is in Budapest, but these are specific centers that do cultural exchange, learning exchange, and can be a real resource for students and for others that want to learn more about the United States, but also have some guidance on how you might conduct an exchange program. And lastly, you can come and work with us. You can see how we work in Budapest in the embassy. So we have many Hungarian citizens that work in the embassy that are wonderful colleagues. We couldn't do it without them. And so we'd encourage you to maybe come intern or consider potentially working with us in the future. And that's it. So I'd really like to hear from all of you. If you have any questions, either about the presentation or the United States or myself, I welcome any questions.
Okay, it's working. I have one question. Why was Budapest specifically chosen to be the headquarters of the ESTH?
Thank you for that question. It's a very good one. I think my colleague Annette has been working since the establishment of that around the year 2000, 2002. And I think that we talked about the long-time allyship and connections with the United States and Hungary. I think it's geographically located in a place that makes sense for the countries in the ESTH region. And so I think that both the capacity of this country and our ability to do outreach to the other countries in the region is why Budapest specifically was chosen. It's a beautiful place to be as well. I don't know that that's why they chose it, but it's a wonderful place to work from.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? I heard your question. I think it was, what other countries have I worked in? Okay, so back in the presentation, I've spent some months and some longer periods of time, both in Argentina and in Belgium, and now here in Hungary. But in my job as a negotiator, they've sent me all around the world, from the Asia Pacific, Thailand, Vietnam, Papua New Guinea, all over South America, parts of West Africa, Europe. So really, in any year, I may be in 10, 12 countries around the world. Yeah. Please. I actually got to choose to come to Hungary. I wanted to come here. Many Foreign Service officers, like I said, they're assigned the country that they will go to. My situation is a little bit unique because of the ESTH office, and so I selected to come here. I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you. Please. Thank you for the question. When did I get interested in being a diplomat? I think it was an evolution. I was interested in the environment and working internationally on some of these issues. And I think it probably wasn't until I left university and realized that there were jobs out there that I could both work internationally for the government and work on the issues that I'm very passionate about. And then watching all my colleagues that are Foreign Service officers doing this work daily. So I would say it was an evolution for me. It wasn't from a child. I don't think I even had the idea that I didn't know what a diplomat was, right? So it maybe as a young adult, some older than you even, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Please. I'm sorry, what are the biggest effects? Are we talking globally or here in Hungary or in the region? Globally? I mean, I think that I share President Biden's administration's concern. I think globally that climate change is one of the largest existential threats for all of the world, and certainly for the United States. We're a big contributor to climate emissions, and we're working through this administration to try to turn back the amount of climate emissions that we have. So the amount of extreme weather events that we're having, whether they're floods or forest fires, rising sea levels, etc., is really impacting everyone. I think no matter where you live in the world, whether it's hotter summers, droughts that we've experienced here in Budapest this summer, we have terrible fires in the United States and hurricanes that are increasing in frequency. So I think that Climate is one of the biggest challenges that we have, and it touches on everything from commerce to livelihoods to food to energy. And so I think that that is something we need to continue to work on vigorously. Please. I'm sorry. That's a good question. I've been here 3 months. I came here in August, so I've not been here that long. But again, very pleased to be here. I'll be here for several years, so I'm just at the beginning of this wonderful experience. Please. Well, I first learned about the job from colleagues that had worked here previously, that had worked in this office, and I spoke to them, and they said, and these are individuals that have spent their careers working around the world, and they said, if you go to Hungary, it will be the best several years of your life. So the Hungarian people are incredibly welcoming, and the issues are so important, and that was my first impression, and that was just listening and talking to colleagues that had worked in the embassy here and had worked in Hungary. And my first impression getting off the plane was it was very hot. It was always very hot, but it was absolutely beautiful. So I arrived here in August, and just the architecture and the people here are wonderful. And so I'm still learning. Please. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I think the question was what do Hungarians think of the environment? In my experience of just 3 months, I think that Hungarians, and particularly younger Hungarians, are very concerned about the environment, whether it's pollution, whether it's clean air and water, whether it's climate change. I think they're very concerned about it. Relative to other countries, I've worked all around the world, and I think that Hungary has a high appreciation for the environment and for the challenges that are there. But like the United States as well, it depends where in the country, because these issues impact commerce, governance, food, etc. And so I think Hungary and the United States can, have been, and will be partners in addressing some of these challenges in the environment. Any other questions? Yeah, please. So you asked if I'm lonely and how I get used to it. I have my family with me, so that helps. I have 2 young children, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. I should have put a picture in the presentation. So I'm less lonely in that way. But in the past, I think that it's really important to make sure you're getting out and talking and forcing yourself to make connections and friends and colleagues in the community. So that's happened in the past when I didn't have, many times I wasn't able to bring my family with me. And so I would need to seek out, actively seek out friendships and relationships that way. It is difficult though sometimes, right? You don't know the language, you're not familiar. Yes. Please. Hungarian. Well, there's paprikash and everything, right? I think that's my children, their favorite thing is the chimney cake right now. So every time we leave the house, they want to have another chimney cake. So that's what we've been doing. Please. What young people can do for the environment? There's so many ways to be involved. I think that at the community level is where you can probably have the most impact, right? Whether it's something like the Tisa River Cleanup Project. I know in my hometown, students, myself included, helped organize, trash collection, helped actually go to our local governments to help organize programs, because the youth actually have, a lot of energy and a vision that's different than maybe our parents, or I'm the old person now, right? So you have ideas that aren't restricted by that type of experience, and you can think of new and creative ways. The only way that we're going to solve the environmental challenges that we have, which are massive, is by having new ideas and having the next generations really address them. So I would start right in your community, right in your home, with your family, with your friends. Those are the most influential ways, I think, to get started. And then, if you want to become a diplomat, if you want to start working at those levels as well, we start putting commitments in at the international level that will require, a cleaner environment, that will require countries, including our own, binding the United States to commitments to be better in terms of what we're doing. So all levels are important. You can start now. Please. Excuse me? So the question was about environmental protection education in the United States. It's a work in progress in the United States. I think that in schools, I think we learn about things like recycling programs, clean water, etc. And it's run by different state jurisdictions, and so in some places the education is a bit stronger than in other places. But I think that overall, over time, again, I think the youth are so interested in these issues. I think in the past, in the United States, for instance, I think that the issue of environment was maybe politicized. Some political parties felt it was important, others didn't, but that's not the case. I think both the youth, regardless of their political affiliation or what they think, environment is important for everyone. And I think that's a really encouraging sign, because really these are not political issues. These are, issues that affect all of us. Any other questions about my job or myself? Please. I was talking a bit about the amount of chimney cakes I've had since I've gotten here, due to my children, is impressive. Any other questions, please? Oh, just Spanish is my only other language. I spent quite a bit of time in Latin America, and so I speak some Spanish. I have a little bit of training in Arabic, a little bit of training in German, but not well enough to to conduct my job in those two languages. But Spanish, yes. It's not, as I found out getting to Hungary, it's not a language that's very prevalent here, so I'm not going to get to use it. But I'm working on my Hungarian. I will start. I've only been here 3 months. Talk to me in a year. Yep.
Where did you like the most?
Ooh. I think that maybe Peru is a place that I worked quite a bit. Like I said, my previous work was in tropical forestry, and so I spent a lot of time in the Amazon rainforest in Peru, working with some indigenous communities there that manage their forests, both for timber and for conservation. So that was a great experience, and I really, really enjoyed that. Please. What do I miss from the United States? I like, you know, maybe it's a bit silly, but I really enjoy baseball, the sport baseball, and so I missed the end of our baseball season in the United States. So, but that's okay. We have the internet now, so it's not so far away. Right, I can watch it. But being able to go to some of those sporting events, I really enjoyed. But we do have the World Cup coming up. We're all going to be watching that, so I'll be okay. All right. Any other questions? And I don't know how we're doing on time either. I don't want to. We're okay? Any questions? I love the amount of questions I'm getting. This is great. Yes. Am I what? I love soccer. Yeah. I'm very pleased. We have just what, 4 days? 4 days to the start of the World Cup. The United States in 2018, we did not qualify, but we're in. We're in the World Cup this year. So Monday night, don't call my phone. I'm not available. I'll be watching the game. Any other questions? Okay. The USA. I'll support the USA, though I have others as well. I think, you know, I spent some time in Argentina. I think Lionel Messi needs a cup. He needs a World Cup. We'll see how it goes. But USA first, and then there are many others. It's just a joy to watch soccer in the World Cup. Any final questions? Yes. I couldn't quite hear. I'm sorry. What do I think about the restrictions on pollution? Okay, thank you for that question. I think that it depends. I think there are some aspects where the controls on certain types of pollution in the United States might be stronger, but it really depends on jurisdiction. I think we're all challenged by waste pollution, plastics getting into our water, and air pollution. And so I think we can learn from each other. The United States has a lot to learn and a long way to go, and Hungary does as well, and I think we can learn together. Anything else? Final questions? All right, I'm not seeing any final questions. Thank you so much. I'm honestly blown away by the outpouring and the warmth and the welcome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, on behalf of the U.S. Embassy, thank you so much for welcoming us and putting on this day. I hope that it's useful for you, that it's a lot of fun. I know I'm very excited about it, so thank you all. Thank you to the faculty. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I look forward to it. If you have any questions throughout the day, please come up to any of us to ask questions. We're available, and we'd love to continue the conversation. Thank you.
Here we go. Good morning, everybody. So my teammates, they're actually grabbing the static colors right now. So we're going to offer a photo opportunity with myself, my Marines, and any of the local staff that we have here as well for you guys. So please just be patient with us as we get the colors set up. We have to unravel them and kind of get out some wrinkles and stuff like that. So in the meantime, I would love if there's any questions that you guys have out the gate. I will be doing a presentation with my Marines here later this afternoon. But now that we have some free time and get to know each other a little bit, please ask away any questions that you might have. Just a little personal introduction from myself. From Mustang, Oklahoma, so it's just right above Texas, right there in Central America, to the Midwest, right? Grew up, basically, a little background, doing rodeo and college football, and then kind of transferred to some different colleges, and then we were off for the Marine Corps, right? So we'll dive in deeper with that as well, as well with my Marines to go with where they came from and their background. But you guys are in the prime state of your lives right now, right? High school, best time of your life. It's good times. But thank you guys so much. Like Mr. Luke said, it's just a blessing to be here. The decorations, all the hard work that you and your team have put together to make this day very special. We are so appreciative of all the work that y'all have done. It is very, very well seen, and the music, that was phenomenal. You know, I have to get his mixtape after this. Yeah. But absolutely beautiful decorations, and by far the best one we've been to yet. Okay, so take pride in that. But out the gate, if there's any questions you guys have, fire away on what you guys have. If there's anything just yet. If not, okay, so we also, for the just a little background, we'll dive in deep. So for us, ourselves, we provide security at the embassy. So Mr. Luke, he does the smart stuff, right? We are there to provide security and protect embassy personnel and classified material for us. So we work 24/7, 365 days a year. So there's always a Marine on post that's on duty. We don't stop. Even through the holidays, we have a Marine on post. So our workload is very strenuous, but it's what we do. That's what we love to do. We sacrifice our time away from our families to protect those that we love, and obviously the material that we protect, we safeguard here at the embassy. For us, it's a little bit different. We don't do a 3-year rotation like some of the embassy personnel. So we rotate out about a year to a year and a half, and we rotate to different posts around the world. So there's 184 currently right now that we rotate through. So it is a very selective process for us as Marines to get selected for these very, very respectable positions, especially Embassy Budapest, right? This is by far, bar none, one of the top in Europe. So we are blessed to be here, and our time is y'all. So please just take advantage of anything that you guys want to know on the military side of the house, the fun training that we get to do. Like Mr. Luke said, the Youth Council was a phenomenal program. We've done multiple events with them as well. A little bit of some PT fun, going out there to Margaret Island and have some fun with each other out there. But it's been great. It really has. But you guys have anything out the gate across your mind, military-wise, or the different branches, how it all works? Can anyone name the other branches, like Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard? That's everyone's favorite, right? But the Marine Corps is part of the DOD, so the Department of Defense, and we coincide with the Department of State. So it's basically a paired working group together that we provide security for them. They also provide other things for us, though. You know, they take care of us for putting on events for us to come out and be a part of this with y'all. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to be here and meet you guys face to face. A lot of my guys, so my Marines, we're small town raised, so being out here and experiencing these things is a once in a lifetime. One of my Marines is from Wisconsin, and the other one is from Georgia. So you guys will get a chance to meet them and take some pictures as well as they're coming in. Okay. I saw that you guys have handball. Trying to learn my handball. Anyone fans of handball? Y'all play handball? Any sports? No sports? You got sports? Yeah, you look athletic, man. What do you play? Handball? Yeah, that is phenomenal. I know you guys are real big on swimming and stuff too, so yeah, you guys are great. Perfect. So this is Staff Sergeant Moreno coming through, and then we have Sergeant Dalkey. But we definitely want to offer some picture opportunities with you guys, and like I said, when we get into our presentation, we'll kind of break down things even more. Perfect, perfect. All righty, so the floor is open. If you guys want to come up and, oh yes ma'am. Like the process? Yes, ma'am. So we have some phenomenal videos to show y'all in our presentation. It's going to break it down, but it's a 3-month process where you basically go through your recruiting process to sign a contract to join. From there, they're going to ship you out. If you live anything west of the Mississippi, you're going to get sent to California. Anything east of the Mississippi, you're going to get to Lejeune, North Carolina. For those, it's 3 months of you're stripped of everything. You have no ID, no phone, no outside communication to the world. And it's basically, if you survive those 3 months of training, right, solid training, you then earn the title of Marine from there. But the blessing behind that is they strip you of everything to make you thankful for everything that you do have in life. And everything that you do forward is earned from that point on. So we all start on the same yellow footprints with nothing. And it's all on you and your work ethic of where you go from there. So I hope that answers your question. All right. Excellent question, though. Anything else? Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry? The Marine Corps? Oh, it's to my heart. So as I mentioned before, there's other military branches, right? And each of us have our own specific way of how we do things, and the Marine Corps is top notch, without a doubt. So there was no question in my mind of what branch I wanted to join out the gate. Funny story, in Little Oklahoma, I had my long shaggy hair. I was doing my rodeo thing and walking to the recruiting station, and everything had a high and tight, and everyone's clean shaved. And I walk in there with my flannel and boots, and they said, hop up on the pull-up bar and see what you could do. From there, they got a contract real quick, and here we are. So, but yeah, it's the Marine Corps is top notch, and the Marines behind me, they can tell their stories as well if they like. You guys want to talk about why you joined the Corps?
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Staff Sergeant Luis Moreno. Just first and foremost, just want to say how excited I am to be here in front of you guys and with the rest of our Marines here from the embassy to, share our knowledge, share experience, and pretty much explain, what a Marine is, and also give a little bit of personal input as well. So, back to the question that Staff Sergeant Taft answered about why some of us joined the Marines. Just like he said, we all have, in the United States, there's a lot of different, or there's 4 different branches that are there for people to choose. You got the Army, Air Force, Navy, and then the Marine Corps, right? And if you look into it more, you'll start, or you'll find out that there's kind of a sort of a rivalry between everybody, right? Between the branches, Marines think, or the Marines, we always walk around because we're the best. The most elite. We are the nation's first line. So there's always this rivalry between the different branches. So me growing up and pretty much graduating high school, my focus really landed on joining the Marines because I learned, or what do you call it? You hear about how difficult the training is. It's the most demanding. It's the most challenging training out of all the branches. And for myself, growing up, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to pick the hardest thing that I could probably do. And I'm not really, I never liked to study, right? So I didn't think school was going to be the right choice for me. So looking at the Marine Corps, walking to the recruiter's office and asking them, what can I do? It was a no-brainer for me to join the Marine Corps, and now almost eight years later, here I am now, here proudly serving with the rest of the Marines here at the embassy. And the Marine Corps has thankfully taken me to lots of places all over the world. I've been to Japan, I've been to Africa, I've been to Pakistan, been to a lot of places, met a lot of people, really opened my eyes to the rest of the world, and it's made me and developed me into the person I am today. So I have a lot to thank for the Marine Corps, and I'm definitely proud of my decision, and can never go back and change that. So that's my story.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Sergeant Dalkey. Thank you for having this event. This is really cool. So for the reasons why I joined the Marine Corps, I was from a super small town in Wisconsin. It's never been on the news, it's not in the media, so I didn't really get to travel and see many different things. And one of the great things about the military in general is you get to see all these different cultures, not just around the world, but just in America itself. So that was one huge reason why I joined. I was also 8 years old when my oldest brother graduated Marine Corps boot camp, and when he came home, I looked up to him. He could do like 25 pull-ups, and he was just a beast. And ever since then, I bought my own pull-up bar. I would work out every day, and I told myself I'm going to join the Marine Corps just like him. So I did that. I did it because it's the toughest branch in the military, and ever since then, I haven't regretted it. I've gotten to travel, meet all different kinds of people, and yeah, so that was the main reason I joined. Thank you for having us here today. This is awesome.
Thank you, Sergeant Dalkey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're open for pictures now. Okay, so we'll give you guys plenty of time to come take photos with us, please. We love it. We love it for our records too. So if you guys want, come on up.
Here we are again, and now let's listen to the award-giving ceremony of the 4 contests: the USA Poster Contest, the Hollywood Quiz, the Taste of the USA Quiz, and the Mikszáth Talent Show Contest.
So, hello everybody. First of all, you could take part in a poster contest, and you made posters in different topics. And the winner is going to be 9NA class. So I would like to ask someone from the class who can come here. And we would like to congratulate. Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, the next one will be the Hollywood Quiz contest, and the winners of the Hollywood contest or quiz is 11F class. So please come here and accept the award.
Okay, so we are here to proudly present the winner group of the Taste of America, which is 12A. So let me just ask Géci Victoria and Tóth Roberta and Maksó Greta, as well as Maksó Emese, to come here, please. Applause, ladies. Thank you so much. Ladies, thank you so much. Köszönjük szépen. Have you got Moby Dick? Wow.
Okay, hello everyone. It was a great pleasure for our team to organize the Mikszáth Talent Show. And we had 27 fantastic performers in 3 different categories, you know. We had art, we had music, and we had stories. And all of the performers had something in common. All the performances had to be related to the USA. And the jury was deeply impressed by the performances in each category. That was great. And we can say that today's Mikszáth Talent Show, 27 shiny little stars were born. And, you know, out of these 27, 5 stars, tiny little stars, were from the 2 primary schools. And that's awesome. That was wonderful. Okay? And now, who were the brightest, the shiniest stars? Let's see, okay? So, first, music, stars, the brightest stars in music. 2 violinists, Yasmin Fülöp and Kira Bodor. Congratulations, please come here. So Kira and Yasmin, that was a great job. Thank you. Okay. Now, in art, the brightest artist is Yasmin Deborah Kolompár. Congratulations, Yasmin. Your drawing was fantastic. Please come here. Yasmin Deborah Kolompár, please come here for your certificate. Congratulations. Thank you. And we had magnificent storytellers. And the winner is Botond Diószegi. Congratulations, Botond. Congratulations. You know, we had a great audience with an audience award. And this award goes to a real rock guitarist, Simon Gábor Antal. Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations. Thank you for coming. Okay, and you know, we would like to reward every performer as all of them did a really hard work and they did a great job. So when you hear your name, please come here to take your reward. Okay? Janka Fehér. Congratulations, thank you. Janka, yes, congratulations. Hanga Anna Molnár, please come here. Congratulations. We had a fantastic stand-up comedian, Mr. György Jakab. Please come here. Okay. Reka Apollonia Kozma. Please come here. Congratulations. Thank you. Marcel Bogdány. Congratulations, Marcel. Come on. Please come here and take your reward. Okay. Lilla Mozsár. Lilla Mozsár, congratulations, Lilla, for participating. Thank you. Lily Juhász. Lily, please come here. Congratulations. Lily is coming, okay. Congratulations, Lily. Claudia Berta. Claudia, please come here. Claudia, no. Kira Bodor. Kira, please come here. Okay. Solange Hartyányi. Congratulations, Solange. Can you come here? Cynthia Tóth, congratulations. Congratulations, Cynthia. Okay. Reka Diószegi, congratulations, Reka. Congratulations. Bodza Balog. No? Okay. Csengetari. Congratulations, Csenge. A real artist. Congratulations. Diana Petre. Congratulations. Yeah. Dominika Dugas, congratulations, Dominika. Dorka Ola. Congratulations, Dorka. Are you coming? Yes, okay. Alina Esther Biro, congratulations. Thank you very much. That was a great job. Aisha Vince. Aisha Vince, please come here. Congratulations. Anna Bercsényi. Congratulations, Anna. And finally, Enid Vivian Illich. Congratulations. Okay, and so congratulations every participant. And now we would like to express our thanks and gratitude to the two mentors who guided and helped their performers and assisted us as well. Thank you so much, Orsi and Csabi, for your enthusiasm and great help. So Orsolya, Szaboni, Selmeci, and Csaba Makuk, please come here. Thank you very much for your work. Thank you so much. Thank you. Finally, we would like to say thank you to the Muzla Folk Dance Group for their breathtaking show, and a great thank to the Thanksgiving team for their enjoyable performance. May I ask the representatives of both teams to come here? Is there anyone from Muzla Folk Dance Group? Yes. Congratulations. Thank you very much for your wonderful performance. And the Thanksgiving team representative. Thank you very much for your show. And last but not least, we would like to say thank you to our primary school colleagues for their cooperation. We appreciate it so much, and we are delighted to have you here. So please come here. Primary school colleagues, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. In the end, In the end, let us express our thanks to our school principal, Miss Agnes Horvatné Tajti, for her never-ending support and assistance, and our mayor, Mr. Attila Farkas, for promoting this event. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Finally, I'd like to ask Ms. Márta Nádiné Nagy, the representative of our English teachers, to close the America Day program.
So, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, dear colleagues, and dear students, now I'm here to announce that we have come to the end of our America Day program, and it's time to say goodbye, you know. But before we say goodbye, on behalf of my colleagues and the school administration, I would like to say a great thank you all for your kind participation and contribution to this extraordinary day. Thank you so much. And we do hope that all of you had a great time today. First of all, I would like to say a great thank you to the representatives of the American Embassy for promoting us and for providing us with the opportunity to organize this unique event. Thank you so much, and we are so honored to receive you here in Pasto at our school, and that was a great pleasure for us, you know. And we would like to thank you for your precious time that we spent with us and for your educational, enjoyable, and really fantastic presentations. Thank you very much. We appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Unfortunately, due to the geographical separation, I mean the large distance between Hungary and the United States, we just can't take our students on study tours or class trips to the USA. But today, we have brought America here to our school, to you, to our students, to Mikszáth High. And that was great. Thank you. During Mr. Luke Thompson's presentation and during the workshops, we could get real first-hand experience and insight into different aspects of American culture and civilization. So we have gained a lot of knowledge today. We have learned about American higher education and career prospects. We could meet and talk to real US Marines today, and you could take wonderful pictures that will be memorable for you all. You could try yourself in solving diplomacy simulation problems. You were mesmerized by the glamour of Hollywood, and you could taste delicious American delicacies, okay? And of course, we mustn't forget about the Mixed Art Talent Show, Little Stars Who Were Born Today. Okay, so I think that was a fabulous day. And you could also admire the wonders of the United States in the slideshow program. So that was a fabulous day. Thank you so much to everyone. Last but not least, let me say another great thank you to our dear colleagues and students, who promoted and gave us a helping hand throughout the whole program. We need to say a final great thank you to our sponsors, the local residents and entrepreneurs of Pasto who supported financially, gave us financial support. So thank you very much. Köszönjük szépen a támogatóinknak, köszönjük szépen a Pásztói Életesély Alapítványnak, köszönjük Káposzta Csabának, az Orange Butiknak, a Chic Mayo Chicks butiknak, a Nyúlcipő cipőboltnak, a Széles Pékségnek, a Spár Supermarketnek, köszönjük a Csibe Cukrászdának, Alapi Sándor palackozott italokboltjának, Kálmán fii Bernadett virágboltjának, köszönjük az Eglo Magyarország Kft-nek, az ILT Hungary Kft-nek, és köszönjük szépen polgármester úrnak a támogatást. Köszönjük. Thank you very much. Okay, and now, may I ask everyone who is standing to step backwards, close to the wall, in a semicircle, and leave an empty space in the middle.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? come from Cotton Eye Joe.